herzlich willkommen. Wir machen heute einen kleinen Abstecher. Und zwar einmal in die Welt von Call of Cthulhu. Das Ganze spielen wir mit dem Xbox-Controller oder mit dem PC-Controller, wie auch immer. Dann haben wir das Ganze etwas netter. So, jetzt muss ich mich nur mal richtig hinpflanzen. Und dann kann es auch schon losgehen. Wir gucken einmal, dass das Interface passt. Ich hoffe, die Musik ist nicht arg so laut oder so nervig. Ich habe festgestellt, da das Spiel etwas älter ist, gibt es da zwischendurch mal kleine Tonruckler oder Tonfrequenzen, die nicht sauber laufen. Dann schreibt mir einfach in den Chat. Vielleicht kriegen wir es noch gelöst. Okay, wir beginnen mit einem neuen Spiel. Ich habe es einmal getestet für eine Testaufnahme. Das wollen wir uns natürlich jetzt so nicht nochmal geben. Kapitel 1: Ermittlungsagentur Pierce, Boston. Boston 1924. Edward Pierce, Veteran aus dem Ersten Weltkrieg, ertränkt seine Erinnerungen in Alkohol und Schlaftabletten. Er ist jetzt Privatdetektiv und hat Schwierigkeiten, einen neuen Fall zu finden, der ihn aus seiner Lethargie befreit. Pierce muss schnell einen neuen Auftrag bekommen, sonst kann er seine Lizenz verlieren. Ja, dann starten wir damit mal. Wenn ich verrückt bin, dann ist es Barmherzigkeit. Mögen die Götter den Menschen bedauern, der in seiner Verstocktheit bis zum schrecklichen Ende bei Verstand bleibt. Dann gehen wir mal hier lang. Du musst manche Gegenstände anleuchten, um mit ihnen interagieren zu können. Dann gucken wir doch mal. Das haben wir eben schon probiert. Gucken wir mal weiter. Ah, was ist das? Die Zange nehmen wir noch mit. Den Bolzenschneider. Ist jetzt die Frage, gehen wir damit wieder zurück? Na, wir können auch hier hinsetzen, das ist eigentlich egal. Nein, ich will noch einmal zurück. Ich will wissen, wenn wir jetzt den Bolzenschneider haben, kommen wir hier irgendwo anders durch? Oder besser durch? Das ist alles nur Fischgedärm hier. Okay. Da ist die zweite Tür, also es wäre eigentlich egal gewesen. Dann ist jetzt die Frage, sollten wir hier den Kopf oben behalten? Ich lasse ihn mal oben.
What a putrid offering.
Was soll ich dazu sagen? Halt alles Fischgedärm, ne?
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
Ich wurde auserwählt, für was denn?
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
Ja, dann trink es doch nicht. Okay. Hier gibt es einiges zu lesen. Meine private Detektei, die bei der Detektei Wentworth unter Vertrag steht. Nach dem großen Krieg beschloss ich, mich in Boston niederzulassen. Hier gibt es immer genug Arbeit für Leute wie mich. Ein kleiner Fall jagt den nächsten, Ehebruch, offene Rechnungen, Verschwundene, die gar nicht verschwunden sind. Die alte Bürocouch ist nicht so bequem wie ein richtiges Bett und ich wollte die leeren Flaschen loswerden. Aber es ist mein eigenes Reich für den Moment. Hier haben wir also viele unterschiedliche Orte. Wir haben einmal den Ort, den wir wechseln können, dann seine Fähigkeiten, die Kapitel, ja, Okkult, noch keine Informationen, Einwohner auch noch nichts. Pierce selber, wir haben ja also eine Art Fähigkeitenbaum. Verstand, Albträume. Okay. Der Fall selber. Ermittlungsagentur Pierce. Der Doktor kann mir noch so oft erzählen, dass ich meine Medizin nicht benötigen würde, um die Erinnerungen zu verdrängen. Aber sie werden zurückkehren, wenn ich sie nicht weiter einnehme. Und eines Morgens werde ich dann nicht mehr aufwachen. Trotz der Behandlung sprechen wieder Stimmen im Traum zu mir, aber sie klingen so anders, so sonderbar, als würden sie aus düsteren, uralten Tiefen emporkommen. Was ist das für ein fremdes Wesen, das nach mir ruft? Inventar. Feuerzeug. Mein altes Feuerzeug, das ich in Gedenken an die 77. Infanteriedivision und die Gefallenen des verlorenen Bataillons graviert habe. Können wir das drehen? Nö. Ist da einfach. Okay.
I used to be an avid reader.
So. Na dann. Nichts Besonderes? Okay.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Ja, genau. Da kommen wir dann anscheinend zu seinem Inventar. Was hat er jetzt noch? Ach nee, Wissen. Entschuldigung, da. Da sind die beiden Fallakten abgeschlossen und gelöst. Die haben wir ja eben mehr oder minder als kurze Einweisung bekommen. Whisky. Nee. Wenn er schon so scheiß Träume hat, dann sollte er das Saufen besser sein lassen. Wie schön. Hier auch wieder zumachen.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I have business here to attend to.
So. Alte Ziege. Ja, dann stellen wir mal ein Radio ab. Friede, Freude, Eierkuchen. Natürlich. Das Telefon klingelt.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay. Dann wollen wir mal unsere Charakterpunkte verteilen. Scheinbar haben wir ja gerade 8 davon bekommen. Redegewandtheit, Entdeckung, Psychologie, Ermittlung. Okkultismus repräsentiert dein Wissen des Okkulten, verbessert sich dir. Okay, also dafür brauchen wir eine Art Artefakt, würde ich fast sagen, weil wir jetzt sagen, oh nee, es geht. Oh, wie cool. Medizinkunde. Die Medizin richtig zu dosieren, eine Diagnose zu erstellen, medizinisches Problem zu verstehen. Okay. Moment. Dann müssen wir es ja einmal ganz anders anfassen. Dann. Wie viel brauche ich denn dafür? 4 und 2. Dann hätte ich theoretisch noch 2 über. Bis zur nächsten Fähigkeitsstufe. 2, 4, 6, 4. Jetzt mal so verteilen wollen. Jo.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
Genau.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay. Dann gucken wir uns jetzt erstmal das Bild an.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Das ist die Behandlung. Da kommt der Teil mit dem Gemälde. Ein seltsames Gemälde. Sarah Hawkins hat es kurz vor ihrem tragischen Ende gemalt. Direkt danach wurde es an ihren Vater geschickt. Er ist überzeugt davon, dass die Künstlerin, seine Tochter, es ihm hat zukommen lassen. Er hat mir das Gemälde für die Ermittlung zur Verfügung gestellt. Der reiche Unternehmer Stephen Webster ist bei mir gewesen. Ich soll für ihn den Fall Sarah Hawkins wieder aufrollen. Seine Tochter. Nach ihr wurde der Fall benannt. Ist mitsamt ihrer Familie in einem Feuer umgekommen. Er hat einige Dokumente über diesen Fall gesammelt. Ich sollte sie durchsehen und mir einen Überblick über den Fall verschaffen. Von Sarah Hawkins. Also, oh, wir haben gerade noch was übersehen. Hinweise. Inspizieren. Okay.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Okay, wir haben eine Versandadresse, Lagerhaus 36. Wir haben einen Polizeibericht und wir haben einen Zeitungsausschnitt. Okay.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Gehen wir mal davon aus, in der Geschichte ist wirklich etwas faul. Dann versuchen wir jetzt nochmal.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
So dramatisch.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Tun. Dann gucken wir noch mal. Haben wir sonst noch Gesprächsoptionen übrig? Ja, okay, an der Geschichte jetzt was
Her
faul, da
husband
haben wir
was
ja
a big
eigentlich
deal
schon
on the
gesagt.
island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mention Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find...
Okay. Dann brauchen wir ja nicht mehr
I'm beginning to
Informationen.
understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Das kann ja wohl nur ein Scherz sein. Was soll das denn für eine freche Antwort? Ja, wir sind ein bisschen knapp bei Kasse und ja, ne? Unser Büro sieht scheiße aus. Aber, dass man dann den Nachsatz bringt von einem Mann in ihrer Situation, habe ich nichts anderes erwartet. Hallo? Dann wollen wir doch mal gucken. Was haben wir denn? Steven Webster, 63 Jahre alt, Geschäftsmann, hohes Ansehen in Boston und hat mich halt beauftragt, genau. Charles Hawkins, Tätigkeit Reader. Der Sohnemann, ne? Genau. Sonst gibt's hier nichts. Sind halt die Zeitungsberichte und der Ausschnitt. Orte. Ja, dann gucken wir mal. Was hatte ich denn da noch? Da ist nichts drin, das war eine alte Fallakte. Hier war auch nur eine alte Fallakte.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Okay, das bringt uns so nicht weiter.
I used to be an avid reader.
Nein, Ruhe. Da ist auch nichts. Was ist das? Einführung in die Medizinband 1. Ah ja. Das ist schön.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage. I wonder why I still take these things.
Vielleicht doch nicht schlecht, die dabei zu haben. Ah,
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
glaube. Ne? Jo, dann. Ja, genau. Die Pillen, das Medizinbuch. Wir können. Wer hupt denn hier immer? Kann man da mal aus dem Fenster gucken? Das ist ja nervig. Nee, kann man nicht. Schade. Das haben wir ja gerade gehört. Also geht es jetzt quasi auf in diese Küstenstadt Darkwater. Und das scheint ja auch erstmal problemlos zu laufen.
almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Erstmal würde uns ja das interessieren. Was ist das denn hier schon wieder? Ein gestrandeter Wal?
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah?
Schön, die Krabben sind auch schon dabei, das Vieh zu fressen.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's
Was
something
versuchst du
coming.
jetzt hier?
Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops. They
Gut,
can't
dann wollen wir mal zur Bar aufbrechen. Und da sehe ich schon eine Lampe. Können wir die schon nehmen? Ist das unsere? Nö. Okay.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine. Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Wir testen mal die Redegewandtheit, wa?
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Immerhin.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Ja, noch eine ganze Menge, wenn du mich so fragst.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Jo.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Okay.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Dann wollen wir mal Sarah Hawkins
I've
genug
got
sein
what I
lassen
need.
hier.
Anything else?
Ja, theoretisch schon. Was haben wir denn sonst noch Schönes? Ja gut, das hatten wir jetzt nun mit Sarah
You know where
Lagerhaus.
this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Alles gut.
Captain
Gib mir mal einen
Fitzroy told me
Drink.
about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
Gut. Dann haben wir jetzt hier
That'll
erstmal
be all
nichts,
for now.
was wir noch fragen können. Er will nichts von uns. Die anderen sehen hier auch sehr entspannt aus, aber ich glaube, die wollen auch nicht mit uns sprechen. Nee.
And the doctor, what did he say?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
He laughed. My God.
You said it.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Oh, wenn ihr das so sagt.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Die beiden sitzen also auch noch da. Dann kann man sich mit denen auch noch unterhalten. Die scheinen ja irgendwie ein bisschen mehr zu wissen. Oder zumindest Kohle zu haben.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Ist ja
I told you to beat
gut.
it.
Ja, ist ja gut. Mein Gott. Unfreundliche Gesellschaft hier.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Was ist hier los?
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here again.
This isn't your home.
Okay, da halte ich mich erstmal noch raus. Dann sprechen wir jetzt erstmal noch mit dem Captain.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Der müsste doch hier sein. Ah, wollte ich doch gerade sagen. Da ist er.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Okay. Jetzt die Frage, darf ich überhaupt so rumschnüffeln?
Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Okay. Wenn er nichts sagt, dann latsche ich hier oben auch mal rum. Dann gucken wir uns erstmal alles an.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Okay. Dann haben wir hier nichts sonderlich Interessantes. Dann gehen wir erstmal wieder runter und quatschen mit dem alten Seebären.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Wurde geschwärzt, warum wir Informationen verbergen wollen. Okay, also es gibt hier einiges an Dokumenten, aber die scheinen nicht mehr vollständig zu sein oder wurden, wie wir eben schon gelesen haben, geschwärzt. Warum, wieso, weshalb, werden wir wahrscheinlich noch rausfinden. Ach, da wandert er schon. Ist das der einzige Ausgang? Wo kommt man hier hin? Oh. Okay. Ist ja nicht besonders...
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Erstmal über Darkwater selber.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Was heißt das denn?
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
Die Frage, wie er jetzt darauf
I was
reagiert.
looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Spätestens jetzt sollte er ungemütlich werden.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Gut.
I'm looking
kann
for
uns noch was
Warehouse
zum Lager
36.
aussagen.
Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Ja. Dann gucken wir jetzt mal wieder in unser Buch. 6, 4, 6, 4. Okay. Die Fähigkeiten können nur so dann verbessert werden, okay? Ja. Das ist jetzt die Frage, worauf wir uns als nächstes konzentrieren. Aber das nur nebenbei. Mitchell, der Captain. Eindeutig ein Erpresserbrief. Ja, ist halt nichts Besonderes dran. Und die geschwärzten Unterlagen. Hafen von Darkwater. Und der gestrandete Wal haben wir jetzt als neuen Ort. Und diesen besonderen Fang, der die Hungersnot beendete oder die Leute vor der Hungersnot bewahrte. Auf jeden Fall noch ein Medizinband gefunden, das ist schon mal schön. Aber was haben wir hier noch mit Fähigkeiten? Ja, wir könnten jetzt noch Fähigkeitspunkte vergeben. Wir behalten uns die Punkte jetzt noch einmal ein bisschen vor. Wollen wir mal. Also, die Jungs hier, die sind noch beschäftigt mit dem Wal. Der angelt einfach ganz stumpf. Interessiert ihn scheinbar überhaupt nicht. Hier sind noch ein paar andere Fischer.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh? We saw what you did to St. Brendan. Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Was?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator. He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty. There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue. Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us. What brings you to dark water?
Alles nicht sehr viel erfolgversprechend, würde ich mal sagen, als mögliche Fragen.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly? You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do. St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat. It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here. Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here. So we drink.
Sehr beunruhigend. Weitermachen.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum. They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder? They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors. If only they would kill each other.
It's Cat.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing. Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Das? Scheinbar auch ein Police Officer.
Going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable. especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Okay, da lebt noch einer.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Okay. Da ist also noch jemand. Ist jetzt die Frage, wie kommen wir da rein? Klar. Wir könnten noch gucken, ob wir uns drumherum schleichen. Die beiden Jungs wollen auf jeden Fall uns nicht reinlassen, wa?
You better keep it shut.
Where we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Genau, nach Machenschaften fragen. Ja, ja, ja.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Aber das heißt ja nicht, dass ich mich nicht hier noch durchquetschen könnte. So, gucken wir mal, was haben wir denn hier?
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Also wenn The Cat weiblich ist, dann könnte das doch die Person sein, die wir eh im Lagerhaus getroffen haben. Nicht im Lagerhaus, in der Kneipe. Dieses unfreundliche Weibsbild. Jetzt sitzen da auch zwei draußen an der Lampe. Was haben die hier noch Schönes zu sagen?
We're no longer at home on our own island. Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Okay, also scheinen wir doch gar nicht so falsch zu liegen. Gucken wir mal. Der Rest sitzt hier nur draußen. Da gibt es auch keinen, den man ansprechen kann. Da mal wieder rein. Sitzt die gute Dame noch da? Ja, jetzt mit Gesellschaft.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Jetzt in Schwierigkeiten bringen. Ne, sie will nicht mit uns sprechen. Das heißt aber, wenn die sich vorhin mit den Jungs geprügelt haben, ist der Weg frei. Perfekt. Dann kommen wir hier zumindest hin. Gibt es hier noch irgendwas? Wer bist du?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Sonst noch irgendwo lang? Deckung ermöglicht dir, versteckte Gegenstände in der Nähe zu finden, wenn alle Gegenstände gefunden sind. Der Hebelmechanismus. Okay.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
So. Ah, okay. Leiter, verstanden.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Okay, wenn wir jetzt noch mehr finden, dann können wir das Ding auch gleich neu bauen. Aber ich glaube, das war es jetzt. Er blinkt hier immer noch, als wäre hier noch irgendwas. Oder muss man dafür nach oben? Okay, hier haben wir den ganzen Spaß, den wir zusammenbauen können. Kommen wir da rüber? Ne, sieht nicht danach aus.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Schreit ja nach Kombination der Inventargegenstände. Das ist alles. Ich habe jetzt alles angebracht. Müsste ich doch auch drehen können jetzt. Immer noch nicht. Da muss sich da unten ja noch irgendwas befinden. Das tust da. Kann mal einer Licht anmachen. Ah. Wie ging das? Das gemacht? Ah, okay. Komme ich so nicht rüber. Also irgendwas fehlt hier noch. Kann nicht sein. Sperrvorrichtung haben wir, jetzt brauchen wir ja eigentlich nur noch drehen. Damit kriegen wir das Tor auf. Ist die Frage, ob das so richtig sein soll. Sehen wir uns noch mal draußen um.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang.
I shall take my leave.
Der hat nichts Neues zu sagen. Zum Thema Entdecken, vielleicht sollten wir dann doch einmal in puncto Entdeckung gucken. 6 bis zum nächsten. 4. Es fehlt uns hier, wenn wir schon das Hinweissymbol hier kriegen. Ein Rad.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Wie gemein, dass das nur so temporär aufleuchtet. Wenn sich jetzt einer fragt, was ich hier tue, ich mache das jetzt wirklich minimalistisch. Aber das wird es wohl jetzt gewesen sein, hoffe ich. Also.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Das ist aber sehr beruhigend und gleichzeitig auch beunruhigend, wenn das Spiel schon automatisch speichert. Was heißt das hier? Vor allen Dingen, wo geht's da unten hin? Da bin ich aber restlos falsch hier. Was ist denn hier los? Scheint ja eine Art Gas zu sein. Das ist aber nicht gut.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Das Wasser. Da ist alles verfallen. Und natürlich gehen wir jetzt ins Wasser, weil wir überhaupt keine andere Chance haben. Na klar. Ach so, er macht es automatisch wieder an. Was ist das? Okay. Etwas hat mich unter Wasser gezogen. Ich habe Halluzinationen. Ist ja fies. Weil dieser komische Rauch durch das Öl. Was ist das?
This is primitive.
Jetzt machen wir das Ding mal aus. Jetzt sind wir genau hier angekommen. Gucken wir mal gerade rein. Da können wir da reingucken. Wir sehen auch nicht viel, nur dass ein paar Lampen an sind. Dann wollen wir doch mal hochsteigen. Kommen wir hier irgendwo anders noch lang? Nee. Scheinbar nicht. Gut.
Oh, this place stinks.
Wieder das Licht an.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Genau dafür sind wir hier, um das rauszufinden. Bah. Es liegt da unten schon wieder alles auseinandergenommene Wale oder sowas. Kommen wir hier runter? Ah. Springen, natürlich. Rekonstruktion? Okay, irgendwas blutverschmiertes hier. Okay, wir gucken mal.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Ja, haben wir ja auch nicht, ne? Bis auf dieses Bild, was wir da jetzt noch über haben. Und da brauchen wir unsere Fähigkeit des Okkulten.
Whoever hid it here seems to worship Sarah Hawkins. What just happened? Did I imagine?
Ich glaube, wir haben alles. Dann können wir die Rekonstruktion ja jetzt abbrechen. Eigentlich durch hier. Ist jetzt nur die Frage, ob wir so blöde sein sollten und durch den Haupteingang wieder rausmarschieren. Aber er lässt uns hier scheinbar keine andere Wahl. Wir kommen hier nicht wieder hoch. Oder? Wir kommen nicht wieder hoch. Das heißt, wir sind so intelligent und spazieren echt durch den Haupteingang.
Someone has settled in here. And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Versuchen wir mal einen Psychologen zu machen. Den Polizisten bedrohen wäre jetzt, glaube ich, schlecht.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
Let me guess. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
Precisely. You can still see the burn marks. There's no doubt about it. I must admit that you seem fairly competent. But I can't allow you to stay here.
I've seen enough. It's the Hawkins mansion that interests me now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail. I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Dafür sieht es aber noch ziemlich vollständig aus. Genau, das ist einfach nur die Zusammenfassung. Werden also schon beobachtet.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Genau das war auch meine erste Vermutung, genau.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Doch, ich habe noch ein paar Fragen.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Ja, ich habe noch eine Weile Fragen, bevor wir da hingehen.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Okay, dann gehen wir rein.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Es wäre natürlich jetzt zu einfach, ihm direkt zu folgen. Wir gucken lieber noch mal in der Gegend rum, ob wir irgendwas Interessantes finden. Beziehungsweise ob wir hier
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
noch einen anderen Weg finden.
Sturdy and well sharpened.
Gut, einen anderen Weg finden wir nicht, aber wir stellen schon fest, dass die anderen Zugänge bewusst zugeschüttet wurden.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
Menschen ist doch woanders. Warum steht er hier? Guckt mal das hier an. Das scheint ja sowas wie ein Friedhof dann zu sein.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Is the caretaker still around? Evidence here suggests he is.
It's surprising indeed. Let's try to keep our eyes open.
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't
Poor
expect
kid.
to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is...
Poor kid.
Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Sonst gibt es hier an dieser Grabstätte nichts, ne? Sieht jedenfalls nicht danach aus. Aber trotzdem schon merkwürdig, diese Anordnung hier. Kommt er jetzt mit? Denkt er noch nach? Wartet auf besseres Wetter? Er wartet auf besseres Wetter, okay. Dann gehen wir schon mal alleine vor. Oh. Hat bestimmt mal ganz schön ausgesehen. Da unten ist auf jeden Fall schon mal der umgestürzte Baum. Den können wir uns auch noch mal genauer angucken. Und die Axt ist weg.
The axe is gone. I'd better be on my guard.
Axt ist weg. Super. Das heißt, irgendwo läuft der Typ hier rum. Ob man hier oben rauf oder dass man gleich eine Axt abkriegt? Ja, scheinbar. Alles verwittert und verrostet. Das müsste ja der Haupteingang hier sein. Aber der ist auch zu.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Nein, wirklich. Aber nicht mehr heute, würde ich fast sagen. Wir können noch mal gucken, ob wir weitermachen, aber ich würde jetzt schon gerne für heute einmal einen Cut setzen. Ist ja mittlerweile auch etwas später geworden. Und ich möchte ehrlich gesagt hier nichts verpassen. Nur
This
weil
entrance is still in use.
ja. Okay, wir spielen scheinbar doch noch eine Runde weiter.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe, and let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Jetzt die Uhr. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3:30. 3
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
Das wäre ja alles zu einfach, würde er uns einfach reinlassen.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Natürlich, jetzt kommt der Polizist ein bisschen spät, möchte ich meinen. Da wäre ich schon draufgegangen. Wir gucken uns trotzdem noch mal draußen um, weil ich nicht weiß, wie lange wir innerhalb dieser Menschen verbringen werden. Oh, hier geht es aber noch gewaltig runter. Hier ist nichts. Außer Ödland ist hier nichts. Auch nee, ein Haus. Sein Haus?
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Geht sonst noch irgendwas? Hinter dem Haus noch irgendwas?
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Saufen kann er auch, okay. Kriegen? Nee, ist zu.
Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Da muss es ja einen Grund geben, warum ich hinten reingucken kann. Ich sehe nichts. Dann latschen wir mal wieder rauf. Wir wissen jetzt also auch, wo der Hausverwalter wohnt. Und nehmen dann wahrscheinlich den nächsten Teil in Angriff. Dass er uns einmal ins Haus lässt. Oder wir selber ins Haus kommen.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Die mir gar nicht folgen, ehrlich gesagt. Beziehungsweise wir machen selber mal unser Feuerzeug an und gucken uns hier mal um. Auch das ist wieder von Frau Hawkins gezeichnet, so wie das aussieht. Was war das schon wieder für ein Geräusch?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Das können wir hier alles feststellen. Damals, als es noch heile war. Es gab sowas wie einen Braten.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
Sieht schon eher wie so ein Oktopus oder eine Meereskreatur aus.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Hier fehlt auch der Charles Hawkins auf dem Bild. Was ist das?
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Oder sie hat irgendwas geahnt und hat deswegen ihren Sohn das Essen verweigern lassen.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Es ist ein Oktopus oder ähnliches. Ein Meeresgetier. Das kann man zum Beispiel gar nicht mehr erkennen. Das Licht anzünden, natürlich nicht. Da ist der Brandschauplatz, nehme ich mal an.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Ah, nicht immer hier den ganz klugen spielen. Ich möchte jetzt erstmal noch so einmal rumgehen. Okay, wir machen hier den Superdetektiv.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Was hat damit zu tun? Öllampe. Sie haben sich gestritten. Dabei ist die Öllampe dann wahrscheinlich runtergefallen. Aber was haben diese Gegenstände hier zu bedeuten? Ich scheine alles gefunden zu haben.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Okay, so können wir natürlich einen
I just
alternativen
ask that you
Weg
don't
haben.
disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Weitere blutige Bandagen.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Okay, da wird ein bisschen heiß, das Feuerzeug. Dann gib mir doch eine Lampe.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Das hat sie zum Beispiel nicht gemalt.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Scheinbar finden wir jetzt hier auf der Etage herzlich wenig. Dann müssen wir wohl nach oben.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Hier sind überall noch Lichter an. So viel kann der Hausverwalter gar nicht machen.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep. A crowbar could prove useful. What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Sehr geehrter Herr, wie Sie wissen, habe ich Ihnen und Ihrer Familie immer viel Respekt entgegengebracht. Leider kann ich aber meine Augen nicht länger vor dem Verhalten Ihrer Frau verschließen. Letzte Woche versetzte sie meine Kundschaft erneut in Schrecken. Mir ist bewusst, dass sie keine böse Absicht hegt, aber Sie sollten sie in Obhut von Dr. Fuller geben. Er allein könnte sie zur Besinnung bringen. Sollten sich diese Störungen wiederholen, sehe ich mich gezwungen, die Polizei hinzuzuziehen. Hochachtungsvoll, Anton Vellard.
Locked.
Wie bin ich gerade dankbar, dass sie zugeschlossen sind, wisst ihr das? Wenn man nach unten guckt, passiert nichts. So. Glaube ich. Meine ich.
The boys' room.
Komm, dann rekonstruiere halt.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Das sind aber gruselige Zeichnungen hier.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Wieder Schlafmittel.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her?
Ich traue mich ja schon gar nichts mehr zu sagen. Ich weiß nicht, was der Raum uns sagen möchte.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Sonst nix. Das wäre jetzt aber ein bisschen einfach, oder? Dass der Typ bis jetzt noch keine Fackel sich genommen hat, verstehe ich nicht. Hast du nicht irgendeinen Schlüssel?
Perfect.
Oh. Das sieht schon mal echt scheiße aus. Das finde ich voll doof. Das hat da nichts zu suchen.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Die Skulpturen sehen ja hier schon merkwürdig aus.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Treten wir mal in die Mitte des Kreises. Sind wir so blöd? Natürlich sind wir so blöd.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
Bradley? Is that you?
Natürlich. Die Tür, wo die Kratzer hinführen, die ist natürlich jetzt auf.
Is anyone there?
Das sind doch wir.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Ja, stimmt. Die war zu.
Where did he go?
Do you
This
really think that your
globe
fugitive
seems to have
came
been
in
part
here?
of some mechanism.
I don't see any way out.
David.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
Ja, wahrscheinlich das richtige Kartenmaterial.
It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. It looks like an old seaway map. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Hier sind Koordinaten, kann das sein? Ja, natürlich. Längen- und Breitengrade. Ist natürlich die Frage, wo finden wir die passenden Längen- und Breitengrade auf diesem Globus?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Darkwater, nordwärts gesegelt, Captain Hamilton, Wale spurlos verschwunden. Hamilton. Heilige Tiere, wilder Götter. Nordwesten. Gefangen. Hier gibt es immer verloren.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Ist richtig. Seagull, die Orpheus, die Prodigal. Also es sind auf jeden Fall unterschiedliche. Atlantik. Seagull. Nordwesten. Dark Water. Liegt auf. Aber was hat das damit zu tun? Das werden die Koordinaten sein.
This panel is movable.
Aha.
Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. Damnation. I can't budge these gears. I need a tool.
Ja gut, das Tool haben wir ja.
With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
Den Cut habe ich förmlich gewartet. Nein, wir betreten den Wahnsinn jetzt nicht. Ich wünsche euch den Frieden der Nacht. Wir hören und sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Ciao, ciao.